in this video, I'm going to review the show Eureka 7. Well, to start things off, I'm gonna provide exposition for the show for those who may not have watched it and are looking into it. It's set in the vague future. It's never mentioned when exact this is, but it's up to the viewer to assume that it's the future. Well, within the first episode, we meet Renton Thurston, and Renton is your typical teenage boy who is just trying to lead an average life, obsessing over just the Gecko State, just heroes of his who he's read about, and he fantasizes about joining them. Well, he is the son of, during the show, the famous war hero Adrock Thurston, who is deceased. Well, his sister had left to go find out about their father's work and is currently missing throughout the show. Well, he is being taken care of by his grandfather, Axel, as his mother is not even mentioned. She's nowhere within the entirety of 2 seasons. Not even mentioned. So, we're not even going to go on about her. But midway through first episode, we are introduced to the character of Eureka. She descends down in the legendary LFO, the Nirvash Type 0. Now, there are other types I mentioned that it's an LFO because there are other types of mechas in this anime, but they're never explained. There are KLFs and Monsunos that are mentioned. Nobody gives exposition as to what they are, but we watch as they get decimated by Renton and company. Well, that is when the show takes off, so to speak. Well, I'm going to break this down to 4 bits. The story, the art style, the characters, and music. Now, I'm not going to say I'm a mastermind at putting this together, and I'm going to do a very shoddy job. Just keep this in mind. I'm going to miss a lot. This is my first attempt, so bear with me. The story of Eureka 7 is very well put together. There are a few holes throughout, and a lot of terminology that is left to the viewer to discriminate, so to speak. And while I find this is a great plot device to make the viewer think a little bit and pay attention, it's kind of bullshit. I mean, what the hell is a 7 swell effect? Never said. But it's loosely thrown around a lot. And I mean, it was very entertaining, but there was just a lot of thinking left for the viewer just to figure out on their own. And there were a lot of relationships throughout this story, and it was very plot-driven. It wasn't very filler-wise, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm using that. Yeah, I'm gonna just go with that. There weren't a lot of fillers. I don't even think there were fillers, because all the time, the plot was moving forward. And without going too deep into story, I'd end up going into characters. So I'll go, and we're just going to go and talk about the characters. Each character was very well put together. They had a very vivid personality. They were very human. Now, some of them were complete dicks. Not gonna say any names. Colonel Dewey is a dick. But they all had clear motives that weren't always story driven. Like Renton wasn't always just focused on the story. There were other things on his mind and there was a little bit of humor here and there, but it wasn't, we're gonna cram it down your throat at inappropriate times. It was there to be funny. There was one episode that Renton was being pranked, and it was very humorous. But the whole time they kept in mind that there were bigger things going on. But they needed to have a little bit of fun. And I loved this. They kept it, they didn't just like, oh, here's the problems, we're gonna just put a pin in it and stick it on this shelf over here to be forgotten. They kept the problems there, but all the while had a little bit of fun. And it was great. They didn't run into a lot of plot holes with this. But with the characters, they all had beautiful, just about anything. The relationships between the characters were well thought out ahead of time, I guess. Because Renton and Eureka's relationship was well planned. It was very mature, and it wasn't really childish and sad, so to say. Then you have Holland and Toho. Their relationship was much more adult, and you could tell from the beginning of seeing them that there was something going on. And it wasn't just, oh hey, suddenly these two are together, and this is just out of the blue. No, we could tell that there was a little something. Well, I'm gonna move on before I go with too much time in this. The art style was brilliant. So many colors. It was just beautiful. The landscape, the scenery. There were so many scenes of sunsets. It was just jaw-droppingly gorgeous. There were so many scenes, and it was just magical. There's a scene, Renton and an old digger go deep inside of a cave, and it's just utterly beautiful. And, I mean, there were the mechas and ships of various sizes and shapes. They were well drawn, and just, it was amazing overall. There's nothing else I could say. I was overall speechless. But I mean, there were parts where the characters may have been able to been drawn better, but I hold no grudges because I'm a horrible artist myself. I can't draw worth a shit. But I will throw this out there. The fights were beautiful, but there were some problems I had with characters being able to dodge missiles, or the fact that everyone used missiles when they never landed a hit. Why would you keep using something that doesn't work? I mean, yeah, there is the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was broken as hell. Fix it. But just to keep the ball rolling, on to music. It was very beautiful. They used so many genres. You had classical, you had orchestral, you had techno, and you had rock, all in one little convenient 50-episode package. And it was amazing. And I know there aren't a lot of composers that would do this kind of thing, and there aren't a lot of people who would think this would go well together. It was fucking awesome. They have this one track, it's called Sakura. This is literally one of the few times I've ever seen this name actually being useful. Yes, I know. It's funny as hell. But it's an amazing track. I literally almost shit my pants when I heard this. I don't know if it's available for purchase. I'm looking into it. I am searching. But it is an amazing track. I've never heard Amazing Grace put into such an amazing song. And it was just amazing. That's the only word I can really use for that. I don't know. I don't have a very good vocabulary. I apologize. But, I mean, there's probably a lot that I'm leaving out, seeing that this is my first review I've ever made. But if there's anything that you think I'm missing, or any comments to just let me know about my performance in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you all, and have a pleasant viewing experience. Thank you.